Ever wondered how much space you need in your life to maintain your sanity? Ever struggled with saying no, even when you wanted to? Today, we are exploring the concept of personal boundaries. Personal boundaries are the invisible lines we draw around ourselves, the guidelines that help us maintain a sense of autonomy, self-respect, and emotional safety. They are not about building walls, but about creating healthy parameters that promote mutual respect and understanding in our interactions with others. Understanding your boundaries is about recognizing your values, priorities, and personal limits. It's about reflecting on what makes you feel comfortable and respected, and knowing what behaviors or actions cross the line. Knowledge is power, and understanding your needs and boundaries empowers you to communicate them effectively to others. Communication, in this context, is not just about speaking up. It's about expressing your boundaries assertively and directly. It's about using I statements to convey your needs and preferences. And it's about focusing on how certain behaviors impact you rather than blaming or criticizing others. Remember, effective communication is key to ensuring that others understand and respect your boundaries. But setting boundaries is not always easy. It requires self-compassion and kindness. It's about recognizing that it's okay to prioritize your well-being, to say no to requests or activities that don't align with your values or priorities. It's about reminding yourself that setting boundaries is an act of self-love and self-respect, and it's essential for maintaining healthy connections with others. Finally, it's about seeking support. Surround yourself with people who respect your boundaries and can offer guidance and encouragement. A network of friends, family, or a therapist can help validate your feelings and empower you to prioritize your well-being. By implementing these practices, you can cultivate healthier relationships and create a greater sense of empowerment in your life. Remember, setting boundaries is an act of self-care and self-respect. It's not selfish, but necessary for your overall health and happiness. Understanding personal boundaries and why they matter is the first step towards a healthier, happier you. Knowing your needs is the cornerstone of setting personal boundaries. So, where do we start? Personal boundaries are the guidelines we set for ourselves to ensure that our needs, values, and limits are respected. They are not walls to keep others out, but rather parameters that foster mutual respect and understanding. But before we can establish these boundaries, we first need to identify what our needs are. One of the most important steps in setting personal boundaries is understanding your needs. This requires self-reflection and a deep understanding of your values and priorities. Ask yourself, what makes me feel comfortable and respected in my relationships? And what behaviors or actions cross the line for me? The answers to these questions will help you define your personal boundaries. It's essential to take the time to explore your values, your limits, and your comfort levels. This will not only help you understand what you need from others, but also empower you to communicate these needs effectively. Remember, your needs are valid, and you have every right to express them. Once you've identified your needs, it's time to communicate them. This is where assertiveness comes into play. It's important to express your boundaries directly, using I statements to convey your needs and preferences. Instead of blaming or criticizing others, focus on expressing how certain behaviors impact you and what you need to feel safe and respected. Finally, remember to practice self-compassion. It's okay to set boundaries to protect your well-being. Prioritize self-care activities that nourish your mind, body, and spirit, and remind yourself that setting boundaries is an act of self-love and self-respect. In summary, understanding your needs is the first step in setting personal boundaries. By identifying your values, priorities, and limits, you can effectively communicate your boundaries and foster healthier relationships. Reflecting on your values and comfort levels is a powerful tool in setting effective personal boundaries. So take some time to reflect, understand your needs, and start setting healthy boundaries today. Setting boundaries is one thing, communicating them is another. Let's talk about how to express your boundaries effectively. Boundaries are like signposts. They guide others on how to treat us, but they're only effective if they're visible and clear. And that's where communication comes in. Now, there's an art to expressing boundaries. It's about being assertive, not aggressive. It's about expressing your needs and feelings, not blaming or criticizing others. The goal is to create understanding, not conflict. So how do we do this? Firstly, it's important to be direct. Don't expect others to read your mind. Clearly state what your boundary is. For instance, instead of hinting, you might say, "I need some time alone after work to recharge." Secondly, use I statements. This is a simple but powerful tool in communication. Instead of saying, "You always interrupt me," which can make the other person defensive, try, "I feel unheard when I'm interrupted during conversations." This way, you're focusing on your needs and feelings, not criticizing the other person. Also, be specific. The more precise you are, the less room there is for misunderstanding. Instead of saying, "I need more respect," you could say, "I feel respected when my opinion is sought before making decisions that affect me." Moreover, stay calm and composed. If you're emotional or upset, your message might get lost in the heat of the moment. Practice what you want to say beforehand, if necessary. This can help you express your boundaries confidently and clearly. Finally, be consistent. If you set a boundary, maintain it. This might require you to repeat your needs occasionally, and that's completely okay. Consistency sends the message that your boundaries are important and non-negotiable. Remember, it's not just about setting boundaries, it's also about communicating them effectively. Because when you do, you're not only teaching others how to treat you, you're also creating healthier, more fulfilling relationships. Clear, assertive communication is key to ensuring your boundaries are understood and respected. So don't shy away from expressing your needs and limits. It's your right, and it's crucial for your well-being. Setting boundaries can feel challenging, especially when it involves saying no. But remember, it's an act of self-care and self-respect. Self-compassion is a critical ingredient when setting boundaries. It involves acknowledging that it's okay to prioritize your own needs and well-being. It's about recognizing that you, like everyone else, have a right to emotional safety and respect. It's not about being selfish, but rather about being responsible for your own mental and emotional health. Saying no can often be difficult. We might fear disappointing others or being perceived as unkind or selfish. But it's important to remember that no is a complete sentence. It doesn't require justification or explanation. You have the right to decline requests or activities that don't align with your values, drain your energy, or infringe upon your personal boundaries. Practicing self-compassion means forgiving yourself when you struggle with boundary setting. It's a process, and it's okay to stumble. Remember to be patient with yourself. Celebrate your progress and learn from your missteps. It's about the journey, not the destination. Self-care activities play a vital role in reinforcing self-compassion. These are activities that nourish your mind, body, and spirit. It could be as simple as taking a quiet walk in nature, reading a book, practicing mindfulness, or engaging in a hobby you love. By taking care of yourself, you're reinforcing the message that your needs matter. Finally, remember that setting boundaries is not about isolating yourself, but about creating a healthier environment for your relationships to thrive. It's about fostering mutual respect and understanding. It's about creating a balance that allows you to maintain your individuality while also engaging meaningfully with others. Setting boundaries without guilt is essential for maintaining your well-being and cultivating healthier relationships. It's about valuing yourself enough to protect your emotional, mental, and physical space. It's about acknowledging that you have the right to be treated with respect and kindness. Remember, it's not just okay to set boundaries, it's absolutely necessary. So, embrace the power of no, and watch as your relationships and your life flourish. Remember, you're never alone on this path. Enveloping yourself with individuals who support you can affect change beyond imagination. As we chart our course through the intricacies of creating personal boundaries, the essentialness of finding support is underscored. While laying down your boundaries, several challenges might arise. You might confront resistance from others or even yourself. You might with guilt or fear, and these emotions can make erecting boundaries feel like a relentless struggle. However, bear in mind, it's acceptable to seek assistance. You're not meant to conquer these obstacles single-handedly. Reach out to those who respect and uphold your boundaries. These can be your friends or family who comprehend your path and the significance of the boundaries you're forming. They can deliver the affirmation you require, confirming that your needs and emotions matter. This kind of encouragement can be a potent influence in aiding you to uphold your boundaries. But at times, the support you need might surpass what your friends and family can extend. In such situations, turning to professional aid like a therapist or counselor can be exceptionally advantageous. These professionals possess the skills and methods to guide you through the process of boundary setting. They offer a secure environment to delve into your emotions, comprehend your needs, and acquire the assurance to assert your boundaries. Remember, seeking aid is not indicative of frailty, but of fortitude. It demonstrates your dedication to well-being and your preparedness to progress towards a healthier, more fruitful life. And while you bond with supportive people, you're not merely constructing a network of support. You're also cultivating prospects for shared growth. For as you master the art of maintaining your boundaries, you could encourage others to follow suit. Remember, laying down boundaries is a gesture of self-love and self-regard. By seeking support, you're a crucial stride towards a healthier, more joyous you. So extend your hand, make connections, and let the strength of support steer you on your path towards robust personal boundaries. After all, we're all of this collective journey, gaining knowledge, evolving, and bolstering each other as we progress.